Hello and welcome to my tarot channel. Welcome to another reading from me. So today's topic is going to be on who is your soulmate. I'm going to be looking at any messages that come out about this topic. It has been requested several times. I think I have talked about it in the past, but you know, there's always new information coming up with every reading. So yes, and it has been requested multiple times. So I'm mainly going to be looking at characteristics that have to do with personality, career, interests, you know, sources of income, finances, stuff like that. So not so much physical appearance. Of course, I'm going to be giving you any information that comes up. So if there's something that comes up about physical appearance, I'm going to be saying it. But yes, these are the main things that I'm going to be looking at. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. Once again, I mention as usual that I have chosen the crystals intuitively. I have asked Spirit which crystals I should use for this particular topic, and these are the crystals that drew me in this particular order. So pile number 1, you have this fluorite crystal. Yep. Okay. Let's put it like this. Okay. Pile number 2, you have this smoky quartz crystal. All right. Pile number 3, you have this black onyx crystal. Pile number 4, you have this aquamarine crystal. All right. So you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths. Try to exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you, calm you down. Meditate upon the question at hand. You can address it to a higher power, God, Spirit, Mary Magdalene, Kali, Durga, whoever you want, any kind of religious figure or spiritual guide that you have. And open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you instinctively without overthinking it. And of course, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and choose whichever messages resonate. I will also ask you before I tune out to please subscribe to my channel. It is free. It will only take a second, and it's the easiest way to support my channel if you have liked any of my readings. And yes, I will see you at your reading. Bye! So this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well. This is going to be the selection process for the card for each crystal. So Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 1 soulmate? Help me out, Spirit, please. Who is pile number 1 soulmate? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who is their soulmate? Okay, this card just fell, so... Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? The people who chose the smoky quartz. Who is their soulmate? This one just flew out. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the black onyx crystal. Who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 3 soulmate, Spirit? Spirit, who's pile number 3 soulmate? Help me choose the right oracle card for them. Please help me out. Spirit, who's pile number 4 soulmate? Okay, this one really feels right. So let's see. Pile number 1. Wow, very nice card. Number 51, to the moon and back. Okay. Pile number 2, you have day and night. Pile number 3, you have transformation. Pile number 4, you have the journey. All right, very nice. Okay, so once again, these are your options. Pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. Okay. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this smoky quartz crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this black onyx crystal. Pile, I don't know, like, okay. Pile number 4, you have this card over here and or this aquamarine crystal. All right. So once again, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. My recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale, and address the question to a higher power, or just meditate upon the question and address it to spirit or however you want to call your guides, and open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you instinctively without thinking too much about it. And of course, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate with you. And I will also please remind you to subscribe to my channel if you have liked any of my videos before. It's the easiest way to support me. It's free and it will only take a second. And I will see you at your reading. So once again, this is for those of you who would like to choose with both crystals and a card. Pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. Trying to get it in the right position. Okay. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or the smoky quartz crystal. All right. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this black onyx crystal. All right. Pile number, again, I need to get the right position. Pile number 4, you have this card over here and or this aquamarine crystal. Okay. So once again, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. My recommendation is that you take a moment to meditate, take some deep breaths, exhale longer than you inhale. That will help calm you down and center you. You can address the question to a higher power, God, spirit, any kind of deity that you would like to address it to. And then you can open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you instinctively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. And before I get into it, I will ask you again to please subscribe to my channel. It will only take a second and it is free, and it's the easiest way to support my channel if you have found value in any of my readings. So thank you, and I will see you at my reading, at your reading, I mean. So welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with the number 51, which says to the moon and back. Number 51 boils down to a 6 numerologically, which is the number ruled by Venus, and or this fluorite crystal. So this is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you want to skip through it, because I will be taking my time. All right, so let's see. Spirit, what can you... I don't do reversals, so I had to put them upside, the right side up. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1, the people who chose the fluorite crystal? Who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who is this person? What characteristics do they have? What is their personality? What interests do they have, Spirit? Help me out here. The people who chose the fluorite crystal, who is their soulmate? Who is pile number 1's soulmate, Spirit? Who is this person? Spirit, who is pile number one soulmate? Help me out. Who is pile number one soulmate? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who are these people? Okay. So let's see. You have purity. Interesting. Already there's kind of a mirroring here with the original oracle card. And intuition. Already we have, okay, confirmations already because we have intuition. And here we have moon. All right, so moon energy I'm getting. Okay. Let me see how I can put them. And we have, oh wow, more stuff that is white, okay? White Stag Protector, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. I don't think I've ever pulled out this card before. And Ram, Perseverance, you have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. Yeah, these are cards that are going to be applying to your future spouse. Sorry, your soulmate. Okay, I'm mainly going to be talking about romantic soulmates, by the way. I should have mentioned that from the beginning, but I will mention it in the video description or the title. All right, so here we have this card to the moon and back. Let's see. I'm going to read the description from the booklet. Number 51. Let's see. Desires, wishes, longings. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. Very interesting. Already what I wanted to say is I wouldn't be surprised if you have strong moon or Ketu, which is south node of the moon, connected to your spouse archetypes in your horoscopes. Because you have like so much symbolism about intuition. Also, there's so much like this issue of purity, and also the color white that came out so strongly, which to me makes me think of Ketu because it's about ghosts. You know, so I don't know. I'll see what the rest of the cards have to show as I go along. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who is their soulmate? Who's pile number one's? Okay. Who's pile number one's soulmate? Spirit, help me out here. These cards really wanted to come out. Who is pile number one soulmate? Spirit, tell me. Who is pile number one soulmate? Who is this person? Who is pile number one soulmate? Should I take one more? Let's see. Let's see if I can make room for one more. Okay. Okay, one more. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one soulmate? Who is this person? Help me choose the right cards. Okay, this one just jumped out. So let's see. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The Hermit. The Seven of Swords. The Five of Wands. The Ten of Cups. The Five of Cups. Okay. Can we make some space here? These cards are pretty big, I guess. Like, I'm gonna try to... Okay, that's good enough, I think. Let's get some more. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number one? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number one soulmate? Help me out here. What can you tell me for pile number one soulmate? Who is this person, Spirit? Who is pile number 1 soulmate? I don't know about this one. How many? One more. Alright, Spirit, who's pile number 1 soulmate? Help me out here. Who is pile number 1 soulmate? Okay. Okay, 2 cards fell out. So you get 1 extra. That's a lot of cards. 4 of Wands. 9 of Swords. Queen of Swords. 8 of Swords. Wow, a lot of swords. Judgment. Page of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. Wow. Wow, these are like so many confirmations already of what I said, really. Because, hold on, I have to fix the image a bit. Alright, so as I was going to say, loads of confirmations here because this person, already from the beginning I said, this person must have a strong K2, strong moon energy, maybe 12th house energy, or maybe you could have these energies connected to your partner archetypes in your horoscope. If you come from my astrology channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about, probably. Yeah, but this person that is your soulmate romantically is someone who is very spiritual, like really spiritual. Because you have here the Hierophant, you have intuition, you have this card with to the moon and back. You have this card with White Stag Protector. You are an old soul. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You have the Judgment. You have the Hermit. All right. So this person definitely is very spiritual. This is not a person who just allows anyone to get close to them. This is a person who has high standards for the people around them. I'm definitely getting that this is someone you're going to marry. You're going to have a wonderful family with because you have the 10 of Cups, you have the Hierophant. So, and you have the 4 of Wands as well. And the 6 of Wands, actually. So this person is someone that you can definitely build a happy home with. I'm feeling for many of you, this could be someone who wants pretty traditional family settings. You know, I don't know if exactly 100% traditional gender roles, but I would say more towards the traditional. I think this person is quite traditional because I'm getting here the Hierophant, which to me is an energy of pretty traditional, you know, religious institutions. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this person is going to be like part of a religious institution or something, but they're going to respect the traditions of their culture, I think. Speaking of culture, I also think that this person is someone who comes from a pretty different background than you, because we have the 5 of Wands and you also have Judgment underneath. So I think to me, number one, this shows that this could be a person that you have some qualms about dating maybe at first, because I think there are going to be some significant differences here between the two of you. Another way to look at this, honestly, is for some of you, this is really specific, okay? Some of you could be married when you meet this person, or this person could be married when they meet you. And there could be an instance here where for some of you, there could be some deception involved, you know, like maybe you're going to be sneaky about your relationship at first. This is really specific and it's not for, definitely not for the majority, I think. All right, because, and the reason I say this though is, I'm going to take it back. Okay, I'm trying to rephrase it. I think for many of you, you're going to meet this person after you've gone through a lot of betrayals. I'm seeing a lot of frustrations. Like maybe many of you have kept thinking that, oh, I've met the one this time, and you get into a relationship only to feel betrayed all over again, or to feel deceived in some way, one way or another. Either you realize that you have seen this person with rose-colored glasses and they turn out not to be who you thought they were, or sometimes they even actually deceive you. Maybe sometimes they're in relationships, they don't tell you about it, right? So you could be meeting this person after a lot of these kinds of relationships. And I also see you're going to be guided to this person by your intuition. You're going to have this very strong intuitive pull towards this person. Maybe this person is not even going to be your type initially, but you're just going to feel drawn to them for some inexplicable reason. I'm definitely getting South Node here, so maybe some of you could even have South Node contacts with this person in Synastry. So again, to give you a bit of a more in-depth explanation, South Node contacts or K2 contacts in Synastry show past life connections, right? So I definitely think that for some of you, this is someone you have had a past life connection with. This is a person who is meant to be part of your soul family. You know, definitely there's an element of fatedness here. This person is also someone who is comfortable being alone. They could have been alone for a long period of time before they met you. I also see that this person is going to be quite well off. There's a confirmation of this for at least 2, if not 3 times. You have the 9 of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the 6 of Wands, right? So I think for most of you, this is a person who's quite well off financially. Most likely, this is someone who's quite independent, like might be making their own money. You know, maybe they're self-employed, maybe they're an entrepreneur. Even if this person is employed full-time, they have some kind of side hustle. This is a person who has a strong Mercury, Venus energy. They are very resourceful, they're very sensuous, very romantic. They're definitely oriented towards marriage. You know, this person likes the idea of marriage and a family. Like I said, I'm getting pretty traditional vibes here. Again, I would not be surprised if this person also has some Saturn, Capricorn energy. Aquarius could be a thing as well. This person is definitely very individualistic. They're not afraid to stand against the crowd. You know, and I also think that they are capable of influencing others. Most likely, a lot of people look up to them. This is weird. I think this person is actually afraid of being liked for their status and for their money. I think this is a person who maybe multiple times in the past has dealt with people who were very superficial, who only wanted them for their status, for their money. And they can't, they're very careful around others because of that. Like I said, I don't think that this is someone who's going to trust easily. And I think they might even have some pretty negative attitudes at first. Like, I don't think they're going to be very open and friendly at first, really. They might be polite, but this is someone who takes time to get to know. You know, this is not someone who's going to open up easily. They're definitely very romantic, but they may not be showing that on the surface. I also think this person definitely has had some serious disappointments. I think either you or this person or both of you could have gone through multiple betrayals. You know, this person in particular may have gone through at least one serious heartbreak in their lives, after which they develop trust issues and find it pretty difficult to open up emotionally after that. they're still kind of like, you know, I think after emotional disappointments, they chose to overly focus on their career. This is what I see here. So on the surface, they may come across as someone who's really workaholic, maybe even very cold, you know, like as in not emotionally open or available. It could come off like that. Obviously, I'm not telling you to go for someone who seems emotionally unavailable just because they might be romantic deep down. You know, you also have to look for other signs, you know, be reasonable. But this is what I'm seeing here. Like, I think on the surface, this person comes across as pretty tough, pretty closed off, maybe pretty cold, like emotionally. Maybe they seem like they're not open to the idea of a romance or love. This is, yeah, definitely someone who's very intelligent, has a very sharp perception. And they could be involved in an organized religion or in some kind of an organized spiritual group, I guess. Potentially, I'm seeing Mrigashira Jyeshta energy. Also with the ram, maybe Aries energy as well. All right, so pretty much this is what I see. Let me see what the what the astrological notes have to say. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? Who is their soulmate? What can you tell me for pile number 1, Spirit? Who is pile number 1's soulmate? What can you tell me for pile number 1? Who is their soulmate? Okay, who's pile number 1's soulmate? So let me see. Second house, okay. 9th house. 6th house, okay. 8th house, Scorpio energy. Okay, 8th house. 5th house. That's teaching, so 10th house. All right, this is career. Like I said, a little bit of a workaholic energy. Career, status. Vishaka, which is in Scorpio, ruled by Jupiter. This has to do with priests, by the way. So, Pushya, which is ruled by Saturn. Okay. Punarvasu, again connected to priests. Oh my god. Okay, Kritika, wow, I'm not surprised. Okay, we have the goat here. Because you have, I mean, you have these horned animals here. Horned and hooved. Okay, so let's see what else. And Ashwini, which is ruled by Ketu, so there's some Ketu energy as well. And some Aries. And Shravana, which is ruled by the moon again, so we have some moon energy as well. Confirmations. Virgo, okay. Capricorn, strong confirmation. Venus, very strong confirmation. I did mention that this person could have strong Venus energy. And Leo, all right. So this person has significant Leo energy. Very interesting. All right, so potential interests, professional. So again, before I get into this, I want to mention that because I'm going to be reading this for many people, you could have different combinations of what I'm about to describe. So it's unlikely that all of these things are going to apply to each and every one of you. But I'm going to be looking here at potential areas of interests, what they could be doing for a living, what they could be focused on, you know, the works. So we have 5th house, we have 9th house. These are houses connected to higher education and teaching. So this could be a person who is into teaching, who is maybe a teacher. This would be a confirmation of the Hierophant. Again, someone who is addressing a crowd. So this person could also be working with kids. The second house being important also shows they could be using their voice a lot. It also could potentially show for some of you that this person is working in the same line of work as their family of origin. They could be working with their family of origin. They could be working in the restaurant business. With 8th and 2nd house, they could be psychiatrists or something to do with psychotherapy. Also with the 6th house, they could be in any kind of healing profession. So again, since you have teaching, healing professions, some potential combinations for this person could be, let's say, like a yoga teacher, you know, like again, a spiritual guide, a Reiki teacher, you know, all kinds of stuff. 8th house could be about transformation as well. So this person could be working in any kind of job or field where they have to do with transforming things, renovating, making the most of natural resources, exploring as in research, all right? So getting to the bottom of things, okay? So 8th house is very strongly connected to psychotherapy, but it can also be any form of research. So 8th house is also a little bit of Ketu energy, right? So another thing is this person could be into the occult. They could be into tarot, astrology, and just anything that is basically occult, all right? Astrology and tarot is not even that occult. This could be anything occult, like Wicca, you know, you name it. They could be into all of that stuff. They could have an interest in spirituality. 10th house, though, shows that this person could be working in a corporation, in a corporate environment, in any kind of hierarchical structure. To be honest, 10th house is pretty traditional. Like, I'm not surprised. For some of you, this person, I think, tends towards tradition. So in any case, 10th house can also show working for the government, working for the state. It can show working in any kind of hierarchical position where you start out at a smaller position and you work your way up. So that's like any corporation, honestly. 10th house specifically speaks of administrative jobs. So that could be a thing. 5th house can also have to do with creativity. So you have 5th and 2nd houses. For some of you, this person could be into singing. They could be into drama because those are fields where they use their voice and they're also creative. But 5th house shows that this is any kind of a creative activity. So this person can have a lot of creative interest, a lot of creativity. That's also really reinforced by the Leo and the Venus in your situation. But 5th house can also show working with children, and it can also show speculative gains. By the way, for some of you, you have 5th and 8th houses. This person could actually, and 2nd house, wow. This person could be in any kind of profession that directly deals with money, you know, banking, investments, accounting, anything like that. 6th house as well, so yeah. Also with the 6th house here, I think this person is, for most of you, someone who has a job, is employed, because 6th house is a job as opposed to having their own business. And I know initially I said that this person is likely to be independent because you have the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles shows first and foremost prosperity, all right? So this person is pretty well off financially. And with the 6th house, I think they are likely to be employed or in some kind of a profession where they are of service. Like I said, 6th house is mostly connected to healing professions. It can also be connected to working with animals, veterinary, doctors, so on and so forth, working with pets. And 6th house also just shows this person can be really competitive at their work, dealing with a lot of competition with enemies as well. So they could also have some kind of a secretive profession, because you have 10th, 8th, 6th houses, yeah, together. And again, 9th house and 5th house can show this person could be coming from abroad, or you could be meeting them while traveling. And this is kind of a confirmation of the 5 of Wands, because you also got the 5 of Wands in there. So there could be a background difference between the two of you. This is a confirmation. They could be coming from a country where there's a different language being spoken than your mother tongue. Yeah, and I think for some of you, 9th house especially, this person could be really some kind of a spiritual teacher, guide, or something. Or they could be in higher education for some of you, really specifically. Let's see more confirmation. I mean, here you have all of these nakshatras. For those of you who don't know, nakshatras are lunar mansions. They're a thing in Vedic astrology, and there's 27 of them, just in case you think that I pulled out a lot of them. Here with the orange, I mean. No, so there's 27 of them, and out of the 27, I mean, you got the majority of the ones that have to do with spiritual teachers, spiritual guides here. You got Kritika, which is a priestly caste. Punarvasu, again, has to do with priests and priesthood. And obviously, when I say priesthood, I'm not necessarily talking about Catholic priests. I'm talking about any kind of organized religion or spiritual guide or anything like that. Vishaka as well. So one thing that I can say is with Vishaka in the 6th house, this person is most likely very competitive. If this is a man, he's probably going to be pretty macho for most of you, I think, because you have Vishaka and you have Kritika as well, which are pretty masculine energies, and then you also have Leo here. Despite that, though, you still have Venus, right? So this person, by the way, is very likely to be good looking. Maybe if they're not conventionally good looking, they are still attractive, you know? Like, because you have Pushya, which can be very sensuous and very nurturing. And again, Pushya to me has to deal with nurturing. This is a nakshatra that shows a lot of psychotherapists, a lot of social workers, you know, people who are very humanitarian, you know. So this is a person who could care a lot about the greater good and other people. So I'm definitely feeling that for some of you, this person could be a therapist or some kind of a spiritual guide. I also think with Kritika in the 2nd house, for some of you very specifically, this person could be a cook, or even if they're not making a living cooking, they are probably a very good cook. This person also has strong imagination. They could be working with horses. They could really like horses. They could be a little bit moody as well because you have a lot of moon energy. And this person is also very hardworking because you have Pushya and Vishaka. So you have very hardworking energy, and you also have Capricorn and Virgo, right? So yeah, I think it's not a surprise that you have Capricorn and Virgo, and you have Venus, which is, you know, also rules Taurus, which is the 3rd earth sign that is not here in your notes. Because this is a confirmation of what the tarot cards showed. You know, you had the Ace of Pentacles, you had the 9 of Pentacles. So this is definitely a person who handles their finances well. They are good at making money. And they're really down to earth with respect to their expenses and to money in general. You know, like, even if this person has a good amount of money, they're not gonna, I don't think that this person is ever gonna rest on their laurels. In general, actually, in life, because you also had the 6 of Wands, by the way, and that's what this card represents, like someone who's constantly ambitious, running the risk of not being grateful for what they have, but let's not dwell on that. This is a person who's constantly pushing themselves, you know, they always want to perfect themselves, they want to be better. Another thing I will say with Kritika, this person could have a really sharp tongue, like, you know, they're not badly intended, but they could be pretty rough in their speech. Like, they could really cut with their speech, with their words, you know, and they can be truth tellers, you know. Like, this is the kind of person who's kind of like that kid in The Emperor's New Clothes, you know. Everyone is gaslighting one another, but they're always going to be speaking the truth no matter what the consequences. This explains actually the energy that I got with the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, because this is a person who is not going to pull their punches, and this is not a person who is going to follow the crowd. You know, they do what they want. And they're going to stay true to themselves no matter what. Like, this is the kind of person that would rather be alone than surrounded by people they don't like, you know? So there's a high degree of authenticity here. And I think for some of you, actually, because you have Kritika at the 10th house, you have Leo, Capricorn, I think it's actually pretty strong that for some of you, this is a person who is working for the government. For some of you, they could be into military as well, because Kritika is connected to military, weapons, stuff like that. They could be interested in these things, maybe not necessarily working for the government. But I think, yeah, for some of you, definitely this person could be working somehow for the government, for organizations of state, you know, some high up stuff. And it could also be very hush hush stuff, you know, like secret stuff with the 8th house, secret missions or whatever. So I'm definitely feeling that for some of you this could be military stuff. But I think also for a lot of you, this person is really spiritual. Even if they are not in a spiritual profession, this is a person who is guided in life by a strong sense of morality. Like they have their own principles, their own morality that they're guided by, you know. And I think they're quite traditional. This is a confirmation actually, because you have Capricorn here. So I think, especially if this is a man, by the way, I think this definitely tends to be someone who's quite traditional, you know. I don't know if this is like necessarily going to be someone who wants a housewife. I wouldn't go that far, but I think more leaning towards a traditional, you know, male figure, definitely if this is a man. If this is a woman, this could be a pretty tough woman, you know. Like I don't mean like she's not going to be feminine or something, but this is someone who has, you know, who's kind of like an iron fist in a velvet glove, that kind of energy, you know, with the Critica especially. This is a very no nonsense kind of energy here. Very fiery personality. Yeah, they can be blunt. That's what I'm gonna say with Critica especially. But they're also really creative. They're also very imaginative and spiritual, definitely. Yeah, pretty much. This is what I see for you, pile number 1, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. Definitely very interesting. Loads of confirmations here. So if you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new tarot reading on this channel. Also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give with respect to, you know, how it resonated, if it resonated. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please comment in the comment section. I will take them into account. And if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me, and I will send you a pricing list and, yeah, pricing list, reading options. And if you're interested, you can also mention that you want samples. I can send you some sample readings so you can see what they're about. I will also leave a link in the video description to reviews. I've gotten 4 private readings up until this point, so you can check it out if you are interested. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. If you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here, Day and Night, with the number 1, which is actually the number that is ruled by the sun in numerology, and or this smoky quartz crystal. So this is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. You can skip through it. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it, because I will be taking my time. All right. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2, the people who chose the smoky quartz crystal? Who is their romantic soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 2's romantic soulmate? What can you tell me about this person, Spirit? Who is pile number 2's romantic soulmate? What can you tell me about pile number 2's romantic soulmate? What can you tell me about pile number 2's romantic soulmate? Who is this person, Spirit? Tell me, who is this person? Who is pile number 2's romantic soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 2's romantic soulmate? Who is... Okay. So we have choice. And we have intuition, all right. I'm going to try to stick them both here, okay. And we have, wow, dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity, all right. And Frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy, abundance, and good fortune await you. Okay, and now I'm going to read the description for this card from the booklet, Day and Night. Uncertainty, fear, worries, decisions to be made. Follow your instincts. The girl we see on this card is holding the sun in her hands while the moon is at her back. She looks uncertain, as if she has a question in mind but does not know the answer. What is she thinking about? Is she afraid of the answer of the inward or the inward process to find it? Many of us struggle with making decisions, but where there is shadow, there is also light. After a dark night, there is always the light of the morning sun warming the path we have chosen. This card reminds us that we already hold all the answers in our hands. We should trust our inner judgment and know we will be able to handle any situation. All right. Interesting. So this is kind of giving me, I wonder if some of you have like a debilitated sun in your horoscope, or maybe this person, your soulmate, has a wounded sun energy in their horoscopes. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? The people who chose the smoky quartz, who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who's pile number 2's soulmate? Who is pile number 2's soulmate? Who's pile number 2's soulmate, Spirit? The people who chose the smoky quartz. Okay, these wanted to come out. Let's see. The 8 of Swords. The Emperor. The 8 of Pentacles. The Temperance. The Page of Swords. The Hermit. And the Ace of Pentacles. All right. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? The people who chose the smoky quartz crystal. Who is their romantic soulmate? Who is their main romantic soulmate, Spirit? All right. This one just fell out. Spirit, who is pile number 2's main romantic soulmate, Spirit? Yeah, okay. The 3 of Cups. The 2 of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. The Star. The 9 of Swords. And the Emperor again. Okay. Let's see if I can arrange them a little nicer. All right, so pile number 2, interesting. Very interesting here. Day and night. And you have this choice here. So, I mean, look at this. You have Frog with prosperity, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Emperor twice. You have the 8 of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Star. So this person is someone who is pretty well off. This is a person who probably has some sort of visibility. With the Star card, they could be someone who has a strong social media following. They could be someone who just has a certain status, a certain recognition, because you also have the Emperor twice. So I think this is someone who's quite established when it comes to their career. If they're not established at the moment that you meet them, they're gonna reach this level at some point in their lives. But I think for most of you, this is someone who's pretty established when you meet them, basically. This is how you're going to recognize them. I also see that this person, honestly, feels really lonely to me. Like, this person is someone who has been through a lot. I think this is a person who may not show it on the surface, but they do feel lonely, pretty lonely. Because you have the Hermit and the Nine of Swords underneath. This could be someone who feels really unsupported in life, you know, maybe has gone through long periods of time of anxiety, of, yeah, just feeling like they don't really have many people to count on. I also think this person is very focused on their career, because you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. They could be juggling multiple interests, multiple careers. They could have, you know, like maybe they're going to school and working, or maybe they are, they have two jobs, or maybe they have a job and a side hustle, and, you know, they're trying to start their own business while working full time. But I'm seeing this is a person who's juggling a lot of activities. They're very busy, you know. A lot of their energy goes into their career. This is someone who has a strong power of manifestation, because you have that card with Dragon Supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. That sounds like a confirmation of what these cards show. You know, the Star, the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance as well. This is really interesting, because you have the Temperance, you have the Hanged Man underneath. And you have here the Two of Pentacles as well. So this is a person who could be really juggling two very soliciting professions, for instance, or activities. Like maybe they're having a hard time making a decision between two particular paths. And really, they're going to get to a point in life where they manage to find a blending of two things that are otherwise seemingly contradictory. So this could be like, I don't know, maybe they find a niche for themselves where they manage to bridge two different professions. I can't think of an example. Let me think of an example if I could think of one. Like, let's say this person maybe is a nutritionist and they open a restaurant based on healthy food, let's say. And, you know, somehow they use their knowledge of one field to enrich another field. Something like that could be a thing with this person, you know. They are very intelligent. I'm seeing some youthful energy. It's interesting because you have this paradoxical energy here. You have some mature energy, like with the Emperor coming out twice. You have the Hermit as well, which is like spirituality and wisdom. But then you also have the Pages, which is very youthful. You have the Three of Cups. So I think this person, first of all, I can say that this is a person who is quite generous. If this person is well off financially, they're not going to be stingy. They want to share. They want to make the people around them happy. I feel like this person could be inside resentful. They could be resentful inside a little bit because they feel like they're the ones who are constantly giving more than they are receiving. This could be on every plane, honestly. When they are stuck in life, they need to rely on intuition to get out, you know, to find the solution to their stuckness. I think that could be the problem. If they are going through a limbo, or if they're going through indecision shown by the Hanged Man here, it's probably because they are really trying to overanalyze and ponder all the pros and cons, when in reality it would be better for them to just follow their gut feeling. Because you also have, look at this, intuition and choice. Yeah. Holy crap. Like, I just realized that these two cards exactly confirm exactly what I said just now. Intuition and choice. And it's also interesting to me because you have day and night, which is the dichotomy of the sun and moon. So the moon is the intuition and the sun is the reason, really. So yeah, this is like the baseline for this person's energy and personality. You know, they're kind of like at the border between intuition and reason, you know. And this could also be what the Temperance is about. They're like juggling, you know, being intuitive, creative on the one hand, and They also probably have a good, healthy balance between their masculine and feminine characteristics. But I definitely see that with this person, the strongest is the sun energy. So the emperor. But what the cards are showing here is that they need to learn to trust their intuition, because their intuition is equally valuable and could actually bring them solutions faster than the reasoning side a lot of the times. They definitely have a strong sixth sense, really. This is also someone who doesn't easily open up to people. Like, they have high standards for the people around them. They only want to be with people who are kindred spirits. And that's probably also why they feel alone a lot of the times, because it's difficult for them to find people that they can trust who are like-minded. I definitely see this person being prosperous, definitely. There's a repeated theme here. Like, you know, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor right underneath. You have the Emperor here and the Three of Cups right underneath. So to me, and also you have this card here, Frog with Prosperity. So to me, there's like this energy here of not having to worry about money, really. You know, but this person is still pretty hardworking. Probably they're hardworking because they're really passionate about what they do or what they want to achieve. There's someone who probably has a vision. And I also think this is someone, like I said, who could have strong social media, or somehow they're in a position where other people see them and they listen to them, they follow them, they admire them, they want to hear their advice, you know, they follow their advice. This person could also be coming from a mixed ethnic background, maybe even biracial, or somehow something about their background could be just multicultural, let's say. I also see that this is someone who is very hardworking. I think most likely, even if this person is wealthy, or if this person is wealthy, I don't see it as this person was someone who was born with a silver spoon at their mouth, despite the Emperor coming out here twice. I think this is someone who is very hardworking, probably made their own money. You know, I'm seeing self-made mostly energy. Even if this person, let's say, was born into relative wealth, they only maximized what they were given initially. So I don't think that this is someone who rests on their laurels, you know. But I also see that this is someone who is really dedicated to their craft. Whatever their craft is, they're dedicated to it. You know, they're not just working for money. They're working because they want to create something, or they want to be useful, or they have some kind of a vision, you know. Pretty much, this is what I see. They can definitely also enjoy the moment here. And friendship is important to them. That's another thing. They really care about their friends. Yeah, pretty much. All right. This is what I see from the tarot cards. Let me see what I get with the astrological notes. What can you tell me for pile number 2, Spirit? Who is this person's soulmate, romantic soulmate? All right, this one felt right as well. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who is this person's romantic soulmate? Okay. I don't know this. Oh, I don't know about these. I don't know. Yeah. No, they fell. Okay. Spirit. Yeah, I think that's enough, honestly. Is my hedge falling down? I hope not. All right. So let's see here. 4th house. Okay. This is like confirmation. It's kind of a reiteration of the Emperor, because the Emperor is a number 4. All right. 3rd house. This could show someone who's self-employed, someone who has a lot of bravery, is very self-motivated. 3rd house again, confirmation again that this person could be self-employed. They're very independent. Oh my God, 4th house again. So, okay, 4th house came out twice. 3rd house came out twice. Let's see what else we have here. 10th house, not surprised, okay? This person is pretty focused on career and status. So they could be someone who is quite, oh my God, 10th house again. Wow. And 9th house. All right. So you have 3rd house twice, 10th house twice, 4th house twice. and you have the 9th house. Okay, I'm gonna get to more details after I open all of the notes. We have Revati Nakshatra, which is Pisces, ruled by Mercury. We have Ashwini Nakshatra, which is Aries, ruled by Ketu. We have Uttarashadha, which is Sagittarius and Capricorn, ruled by the Sun. We have Satabhishak Nakshatra, which is Aquarius. It's ruled by Rahu. And here we have 2 notes. Okay, wow, lots of notes. Hasta Nakshatra, which is in Virgo, ruled by Moon. And we have Uttara Bhadrapada, which is ruled by Saturn, falls in Pisces. Swati Nakshatra, again, ruled by Rahu. I'm not surprised because I did say this person could have mixed background. Rahu is foreign cultures. Also falls in Libra, all right? And Mula Nakshatra, more Sagittarius, also ruled by Ketu. Ketu, to me, is the most connected to the Hermit card, so that's very strong confirmation. We have Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, multiple. Wow, Leo, which is ruled by the Sun, like this initial card suggested. I did say Sun and Moon energy, so that's a confirmation. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do you see this? I don't know how to put it. Yeah, we have the Moon, all right? The Moon, and we have Leo. Okay, so that's the Sun and the Moon, which is the energy of the initial card, right? And we have Saturn, which is the energy connected to the Emperor. And we have Rahu, even more confirmation here, the North Node of the Moon. Okay, so strong confirmations, very, very strong confirmations, all right? So this person, very likely, number one, comes from a foreign background from you, or there's some kind of an unusual difference between you. There's something about this connection that is going to make people raise eyebrows, you know? So either there could be a big age difference, they could be, I think it could be and or, by the way. So they could also be from a different background, and also there could be a big age difference. There could be something about them that just makes them seem like a very unorthodox choice of partner, you know? And in any case, I think it's very likely for most of you, this person, it comes from a foreign background, they come from abroad. You also have the 9th house here, so this could be someone you meet while traveling, or someone who comes from a foreign country. You also have repeated Rahu energy here. Another confirmation with all this Rahu is of the Star card. So this person is very likely to have some kind of a media following. You could also have met this person online. There's a strong energy here that you could have met online because you have the 3rd house twice, you know. Also you have the 3rd house and you have Rahu. Rahu rules technology. So anything to do with the internet, that's Rahu, all right? This person, with respect to professions, you have the 4th house twice. So this person could really be working in real estate or something to do with vehicles, you know. They could also be in the restaurant business. It's really funny because I actually gave that example of the restaurant. Like, they could be a dietitian and they could also open a restaurant of healthy food or something for healthy food. Yeah, I gave that example, and now I have the 4th house twice, which could actually confirm that. I mean, this is very specific, but for some of you, they could be working in a restaurant or they could own a restaurant. Maybe multiple restaurants, who knows? Because this person has, you know, like I said, a lot of messages of prosperity here. So 3rd house, like I said, suggests that it's very likely this person is self-employed. I would say with this person, it's more likely that they are mainly self-employed as opposed to an employee, all right? And self-employed doesn't necessarily mean that they're a business owner. For some of you, it could be that, but maybe they're a freelancer. Maybe they are working online. That's another thing with the 4th house. This could just show someone who works from home. 3rd house also speaks of communication. So communication could be very important in this person's profession. Maybe they are, again, they could be a YouTuber, obviously, because you do have the star, so that's technology, use of technology. And you have 9th house, which is teaching, and 3rd house, which is communication. 10th house is about visibility and, you know, status. So 10th house and 4th house, both of them could be very much a confirmation of the Emperor energy, because 4th house is about stability, you know, the home-based tradition. 10th house also is about status, you know, it's about determination. It's Saturn energy, right? And you also had Saturn here. Very strong confirmations, all right? And yeah, the age difference, by the way, Saturn and Rahu coming out, there's an age difference here, definitely, I think, for most of you. All right, with Saturn, you could be looking at 7+ years of age difference either way. Either they're younger or older than you are. And yeah, for most of you, I think they're older because you have the Emperor here. But irrespective, actually, having Saturn means that this person is really mature. You know, you have Saturn, you have Jupiter. I think this person is quite mature in their mindset. They're very focused on building a career. With the 10th house coming out twice, this is someone who likes to start from the beginning and work their way to the top. So, like I said initially, I think that this is someone who's self-made, someone who has worked hard for what they have. Another thing is, with respect to how you can meet this person, you could be meeting them through your professional life. You could be meeting them in any activities to do with real estate, with restaurants, vehicles, online, like I said. You could also meet them in your neighborhood, or through your father, or through your teachers, or higher education. You could also meet them through short trips, including running errands. Another thing is, this person, yeah, with the 9th house, this shows this person could travel a lot for their profession, or they really like to travel in any case. So you also have Revati, which confirms that. For some of you, this person could really like to travel. Maybe they are even traveling for work, or they're working somehow connected to their travel professions. Again, Revati, I mentioned this, is connected to flying, specifically traveling, but especially flying. So professions connected to flying, like stewardesses, or being a pilot, anything like that. For instance, Angelina Jolie has 3 planets conjunct in Revati, including her moon, and she has a helicopter flying license. So just to give you an example, Ashwini is a priest. It's also kind of a spiritual, priestly sort of energy, but this is also, you have 2 nakshatras which are ruled by Ketu, and 2 of them ruled by Rahu. So I think this person is pretty intense, has a kind of intensity. They're definitely not superficial. The Ketu energy is a reinforcement of that hermit energy. You know, and the 9 of Swords and Satabishak are kind of hand in hand. Again, if you're curious and you come from my astrology channel, I have actually done a video specifically about Shatabishak or Satabishak Nakshatra, or however it's pronounced, because I never get it right, and how it's connected to suffering. So to me, it is a confirmation of the 9 of Swords, honestly, as well as the 8 of Swords. And I actually mentioned in that video how I connect Satabishak to the 8 of Swords, and you also had both the 9 and the 8 of Swords, actually, in this spread. You do have the 8 of Swords, right? Yeah, here. It was the 8 of Swords, okay? Here we have the swords. So in any case, this could be someone who is in healing professions. They could be a healer. By the way, Satabishak is also a nakshatra that, again, shows popularity. It can show an ability to connect with wide audiences. And you also have Swati, which, again, kind of points to the same thing. This could be a person, by the way, who is very good at keeping a poker face, which again reinforces what I have said already from the tarot cards. This is not someone who I think is easy to open up or easy to read. They're definitely likely to be attractive for many of you. I'd say for most of you. Even if this person is not conventionally beautiful, I think they have something about their energy that is very alluring, very appealing. This person really cares about social causes. They care about people at large. Something about their hands could be very attractive, or they could be someone who uses their hands a lot. They like to use their hands, like, okay, don't think about anything, you know, naughty. But they really like to, like, for instance, they could like activities that use the hands. Like maybe they're playing an instrument, maybe they're doing magic tricks. I don't know. All kinds of things, right? Any activity where you use your hands. Maybe they like ping pong. They could also just like magic in general. It's really interesting because you have here Dragon Supernatural, and you have Hasta, which I've talked about, actually, Hasta in a video I did on my astrology channel where I talked about nakshatras of the moon. I said that Hasta is connected to magic tricks, magicians. So this could actually be a thing, like this person is married, maybe interested in this, magic tricks or just, you know, magic, creativity. Yeah, for many of you, this person could have some hint of green in their eyes. Maybe they have hazel eyes, maybe they have green eyes. This person could also be very drawn to the sea. They're, yeah, definitely above average in spirituality, well above average. This person is pretty deep, really, you know, and they definitely love to travel, because you have this repeatedly. You also have Mula here, now that I realize Mula is also about, I mean, Mula can be about many things, but it's also about traveling, because it is a connection to Sagittarius. And it can also be about loving research, getting to the bottom of things. This person is not superficial, definitely not. They have a certain intensity about them, because Mula is connected to the root chakra. So there's like a lot of sexual energy in their makeup. So they could be very alluring, very attractive. Something about their appearance could be particularly unique, because you have Revati here, and then you also have Rahu. They could have really good bone structure, high cheekbones, defined something. They could be good dancers for some of you. This is very more specific, but for some of you, they could be really interested in horses. They could like horses. They could like mermaids and the sea. I'm seeing this person being quite humble on the surface. I don't think that they're very loud and in your face. I think this is someone who's quite, like I said initially, I think they have a good poker face. It's not like they don't have emotions, but I don't think that they show very strong emotions, not on the surface. This person could also be in some kind of a healing profession, you know? Could be psychotherapy or anything to do with the medical professions, medical fields. And they could be working in media. Yeah, definitely. All right. This person is definitely very popular, man. Like, I just realized now you have the Moon Jupiter, which is a Gajkestri yoga. If you have it, if Moon and Jupiter are aspecting one another in your natal horoscope, it's called the Gajkestri yoga, which something about blessings, and it's something that bestows blessings, and it's also that something that gives popularity to people, you know. So this person is in many ways guided and protected by a higher power. And it also shows that people appreciate their honesty. I think there's someone who can that a lot of people can relate to. You know, when they speak, people tend to really listen to them. And there's also something healing and nurturing about their presence, right? Despite the fact that they actually, again, on the surface, mostly come across as pretty poker face and pretty not emotionally expressive, you know? But they do have a soothing presence or something. There is a hint of sensitivity. They could be a little bit moody as well for some of you. But this is someone who is nurturing and can be definitely nurturing, kind, very mature, very protective, and also they can be very optimistic as well. You know, this is someone who has like a very strong inner sense of optimism and faith in life. And they're really creative. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, very, very creative. I wouldn't be surprised if either you or them have a sun-moon conjunction in your horoscope. Yeah, because you have the sun-moon energy here, right off the bat. Or you could have moon in Leo or sun in Cancer in your horoscopes. There is this kind of intermixing between the moon and the sun energy, which shows a lot of creativity. Could have a flair for dramatic arts, actually. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I see, honestly. Pile number 2, this has been pretty much it. And if you have liked it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It is the easiest way to support my channel, and it is free. And yeah, I definitely think you have had a lot of confirmations here. Definitely great reading. Definitely thank you, Spirit, for helping us out here. You know, definitely And yeah, if you have liked it, again, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new reading. Also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give. It helps a lot for me to improve my readings. And of course, if you also have suggestions for future topics that you would like me to read, please comment in the comment section. I will take them into account. And also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, I do readings, and you can email me at the email address that I will leave in the video description. I can send you a pricing list and reading options, as well as sample readings if you want to see them. And I also will leave a link in the video description to reviews. I have gotten 4 private readings in tarot up until this point. If you're curious to see them, go ahead, check it out. And last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. If you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening to this reading, and I hope to see you at my next tarot video. Welcome, pile number 3. This is your video if you have chosen number 26, transformation, this card over here, and or this black onyx crystal. All right, so this is going to be the card shuffling phase. I'm going to be adding timestamps, so if you don't want to sit through the card shuffling phase, you can skip directly to the reading because I will be taking my time. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3, the people who chose the black onyx crystal? Who is their main romantic soulmate? Who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Spirit, who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Spirit, help me out here. Who is pile number 3's main? Okay. So let's see. We have new beginnings, okay. And we have listening. All right, and we have elephant, greatness, love is your strength, leadership is your path, your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem, you will naturally and easily achieve success. All right, and let's see. Okay, eagle, mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Very cool. I don't think I've ever gotten that card before. All right. Let's see. Let's read the description for number 26 from the booklet. Process, identity, seek answers. A woman is dressed in a red polka dot dress. The upper part has already begun the process of transforming into a butterfly. With her hand, she touches her chest. Is the butterfly a part of her body? Is it a symbol of her soul? Is the woman transforming into a new life? This card leaves us with more questions than answers. Maybe you will find answers by thinking about how you would respond to these questions. Am I the person I would like to be? What can I do right now to transform some small part of myself? All right, interesting. So this is for your soulmate, not for you, but yeah, this is the energy associated with them. All right, transformation. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? Who is their soulmate, Spirit? The people who chose the black onyx card. Who is their main romantic soulmate in this lifetime, Spirit? Please help me out. Help us out, actually. Who is this person's? Who is pile number 3's? Actually, really getting this card for some reason. Who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate in this lifetime, Spirit? Yeah, I'm still getting this one. I think that's enough. So let's see, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Swords, the King of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. All right. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the black onyx crystal. Who is their main romantic soulmate in this lifetime? Who is pile number 3's? The people who chose the black onyx crystal. Spirit, who is the person's main romantic soulmate? No, I don't know about this one. Spirit, who's pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Help me out. Help me choose the right cards. This one. The Seven of Cups. The Queen of Wands. The King of Cups. The Moon. The Magician, the Star, wow, and the Tower. Okay, a lot of major arcana. Wow, okay. I'm gonna tell you the first thing that comes to mind, honestly, here. This person is someone who has, I mean, you have here transformation. This is a person who has gone through some major upheaval in their lifetime. This could have been a person who maybe came from initially a pretty wealthy background, or a situation of comfort, or maybe at some point in their lives they had a situation of great comfort, but something happened where they lost that comfort. This could be a job, this could be a business, and I think that that failure still weighs heavily on them. And there's, you know, there's like a repeating theme here of like heaviness, honestly. I don't mean for this to sound negative, and I promise it's not going to be all negative, but these are the first things that really stand out to me from this energy. There is a heaviness here. This person is someone who is very emotionally, I guess, I mean, or has been wounded, all right? It doesn't mean that they're going to stay in that energy, but this is someone who carries some heavy experiences, has had some experiences in the past. The good news is that I definitely see this person being successful, all right? So I see this person as someone who is capable of like losing everything multiple times and building everything back from scratch. This is someone who has, I'm picking up again, strong Scorpio 8th house energy, maybe some Aries, some Mars energy, some Saturn a little bit as well. I'm picking up a very strong character. This is a person who is a never say die sort of person. I'm seeing ups and downs, you know, a life of ups and downs, honestly. And it's really interesting here because you have new beginnings here. So this is kind of a reinforcement. And you have transformation with number 26, which boils down to a number 8, which, you know, can lead me to think of the 8th house in astrology, which is ruled by Scorpio and has to deal with ups and downs and transformations. And you have listening here, really interesting. Yeah, so this is someone who has been through a lot in their lifetime, you know. And I see it like, I see that they could have gone back and forth multiple times through going through hardships and gaining it back and then losing again and stuff like that. I see ups and downs, you know. And I think because of that, this person is someone who actually becomes immune to the ups and downs of life. They could be someone who develops a very tough core, and they get to a point where they are able to be like a master of their destiny, because you have like the King of Swords and you have the Magician here. So to me, this makes me think of someone who's very rational. This is like an Aquarius, but like a really advanced Aquarius. Potentially Purva Bhadrapada energy here, but like a really mature Purva Bhadrapada. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that's a lunar mansion or a nakshatra in Vedic astrology. Yeah, so it could be for some of you that this nakshatra is connected to your partner archetypes in your horoscope, you know, your signifiers of relationship and partner. Yeah, but I am getting this person has a very, very strong backbone. Like, this is someone, I mean, someone who is very tough. Like, they have such a tough core because they have been through a lot of hardships, you know. I see that rags to riches, like multiple, I see like a riches to rags and then a rags to riches again. You know what I mean? Like, I see a comeback here with this person. Like, they could have gone through some major failure in their lifetimes and come back from the dust like a phoenix from the ashes, you know. Because look at this, you have like the Ten of Swords here. And I know that in this deck, it's pretty positive, like it shows someone slaying a dragon here. But in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Ten of Swords is that person laying on the ground on their belly with a ton of swords in their back. And you can see the like sun rising in the background. So the Ten of Swords is kind of like a card of complete loss, you know, like you are completely beat, you know, you have nothing left to give, and then you have the star right underneath. So to me, this is like a comeback, you know. Here you have the demolition of security, and here you have the comeback, you know. So yeah, this is a person who I feel gets to a point where even though they may reach social success and they may reach a level of financial security, they don't even take it seriously anymore because they know that they could lose it. So it's not like they don't care about money. They could be really good with money, but they don't let money define them, and they really have a very sharp sense of perception. You know, this is a person who probably wants a ride or die kind of person, kind of partner, because they're not shallow. You know, they have been through hell and back, and they want someone who's gonna be there for the ride, you know, no matter what happens. And with the moon, that's actually kind of a reinforcement of what I've seen here with the cards, that this person could have been, you know, going through a lot of changes in life, because the moon is also, about changes, about instability. It's, you know, waxing and waning, you know, sometimes the tide is high, sometimes it's low. And yeah, so, and also since it falls underneath the Five of Swords, again, it kind of reinforces to me that this person has gone through some significant failures in their lives, you know, that maybe on some level have weighed heavily on them and maybe still weigh heavily on them. But I think most likely they also have some traumas coming from childhood, or they have had some difficult relationship with the family of origin. You know, and I think that's probably where a lot of their problems stem from in life. But since you have the Magician here, I see this person reaching a point of like becoming the alchemist, you know, becoming someone who is so on top of reality and understands how reality works, and gets to a point where they're just not bothered. This could also be someone who just gets into yoga, you know, gets into meditation. They learn to really strengthen their minds and their spirit and not be defined by ego, for instance. I definitely see this as someone who has the potential for greatness, and it's kind of reinforced here with these cards. Speaking of the eagle, this person could be an eagle, Day of the Eagle in the Mayan zodiac, if you're familiar with that. And the eagle in Mayan zodiac is a visionary, you know, so would make sense here. You have the Judgment and you have the Queen of Wands. So I think this person, again, when the Judgment comes out, usually it means one of two things. It could be two things at the same time. In the sense that it could be this person is someone you've known in a past life. And on the other hand, it could just be that this is someone who has very sharp discernment, you know, very rational. And that is a reinforced theme here because you also have the King of Wands. So I wouldn't be surprised if either you or this person has strong Aquarius energy. Most likely, maybe you have Aquarius on the 7th house, or you have Rahu in the 7th house, or, you know, I'm getting into astrological configurations here because I'm getting a lot of Aquarius with this person. So this is someone who's very independent, non-conventional. I'm feeling like, just to give you an example, someone like Steve Jobs, you know, someone who like that, who was fired from his own company and then went back and, you know, rebuilt a successful career, like built Pixar, was a visionary and all that. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. You know, this is the potential that this person has, you know. And there is a repeated theme of having a shadow side here because you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Moon. So yes, I do feel like this is someone who has had a heavy past, you know. I'm not feeling like they have had a very easy childhood, a very safe, comfortable relationship with their parents. I'm feeling especially that the mother figure could have been difficult. The relationship with the mother figure could have been troubled. And here's really interesting here because you have the Eight of Pentacles and you have the Seven of Cups underneath. So the way that I would read this is this could be a person who has changed a lot of professions, a lot of jobs, and or this could be a person who gets a lot of job offers. You know, this could be someone who gets a lot of people who want them to work for them, but they're very picky, they're very selective about who they're going to work for. And in fact, I'm feeling like this person is pretty independent actually, so I wouldn't be surprised if they are self-employed. Like, I think it could go either way, going just by the cards. Okay, I'm going to see what the astrological notes have to say about that later. Another thing is, I definitely feel like, I mean, this is someone who has a heavier energy, and I've said this from the beginning. Unlike the first two piles, this is someone who has, you know, a tougher energy, because you also have the Ten of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords. So this person has come up the hard way, you know, has gone through some hardships. They probably have had to bear a lot of responsibilities from potentially young ages as well. You know, maybe they had to work from a younger age than their peers. And I also feel like this person at times felt unsupported. I think for probably long periods of time, maybe since childhood, they have felt unsupported emotionally, like they've had to do everything on their own. Maybe they feel like they have had to grow up too quickly. They didn't have much of a childhood. And this has given them a lot of wisdom, a lot of emotional intelligence, you know. Oh my God, look at this. You have listening. You have listening here. And then you have the King of Cups. Yeah, this person is a good listener. This person could be someone who's interested in psychotherapy, or they might be even working as a therapist. And this person is someone who has good empathy as well, because they have come up the hard way, because they've overcome a lot of hardship. They know what the harsh life is like, you know. So I feel like this person really has a lot of an ability to connect to a lot of people emotionally, to really understand people. They definitely have a sharp intuition with respect to reading people, you know. Like, this is someone who can see through others like it's nothing, you know. I'm getting like the mentalist sort of energy here. Like, this is someone who has seen it all, you know. Like, this is not someone that you can bamboozle, that you can deceive. Yeah, this is pretty much what I see here. So let me see what the astrological notes have to say, because this is what I can get from the cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. Who is their main romantic soulmate? Who's pile number 3's main romantic soulmate, Spirit? Tell me. Who is pile number 3's main romantic soulmate? Okay. Let's see what we have here. We have the 3rd house. This shows, again, strength, valor, independence. 5th house, okay, creativity, teaching. 1st house, this person is very independent. You know, they could be a bit self-absorbed. That's a downside. 12th house, intuition. All right, faraway lands. Also potentially isolation. 1st house again. Yes, so this person has a very strong personality. And they really stand out. 4th house. 10th house, which is career status. 11th house, which is gains and wide audiences, wide audiences. 8th house, bingo. Yeah, this is a confirmation. All right, I'm going to put it here because you have that 8th house Scorpio energy that I was talking about. All right, so let's see what else. We have Mercury. We have the Sun. I'm not surprised. Strong personality. And we have Libra. And we have Rahu, okay? Rahu is the co-ruler of Aquarius. So I see this as a confirmation that this person could have strong Aquarius energy. Punarvasu. Oh my God, I was actually thinking about Punarvasu when I was saying that this person went through ups and downs. I think because Punarvasu is a nakshatra that is connected to succeeding on the 2nd try. So maybe this person has tried something the first time and they failed miserably, and then they succeeded the 2nd time they tried it. Rohini, all right, which is ruled by the moon, falls in Taurus. That's artistic energy. Swati, there's more Libra. There's a decent amount of Venus energy here with this person. Uttarashadha, which is ruled by the sun, so we have some sun energy again. And we have Purva Falguni, which is falling in Leo, again, more sun energy, but it's also Venus because it's ruled by Venus. And we have Mrigashira, which is ruled by Mars. All right. Very interesting. And falls in Taurus / Gemini. So there's a lot of Taurus. There's a lot of Mercury here. Let me unpack this. So as usual, I'm going to mention that bear in mind that this is going to be read for a lot of people. And it's unlikely that everything that I'm about to say is going to apply to every one of you. So it could be a different mix and match of different energies. So I'm going to try to look at different combinations of what these things signify. All right, so let me start with the general energies. The 1st house came out twice. So the 1st house is the house of self. It's the house of the physical body. This to me could be an indication that this person is quite athletic. They are very interested in the body. So they could be someone who really likes to go to the gym. They like to keep themselves fit. Since you also have the 8th house, this could be a person who maybe has gone through some kind of body transformations. This could be anything from, you know, weight loss or changing their bodies through working out, or it could even be plastic surgery. It depends. And you have 3rd house. You have, you have 3rd house, which can show independent activity. This person has a lot of courage. They have a lot of willpower. They're quite brave as well. They probably like challenges. And 3rd house also tends to show independent personality. So someone who is more likely to work on their own, or they prefer to work on their own. Doesn't necessarily mean that they cannot have a job, but I think they prefer to work on their own. Most likely they are self-employed, or maybe an entrepreneur. There's someone who is into business. They could be an author as well. 3rd house is about communication. You also have Rahu here. You have the star, and I don't know if I mentioned this exactly. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm going to mention it again just in case. I think this person is likely to have social media and to have some kind of a following, because you have the 10th house, you have the 11th house, you have the star, you have Rahu, you have Swati nakshatra. You have a lot of these nakshatras. You have the sun as well. You have Mercury. So communication is somehow very important in this person's life. Marketing themselves as well. They're also very creative. For some of you, this person could be into acting or singing, something like that. It could definitely be a thing, because there's so much artistic, creative energy here, especially with the Rohini energy. This person likes to be admired, by the way. Now, whether they actually are open about that or not, you know, if this is a man, it's unlikely that they're going to be open about this. But whether they say it or not, they like to be admired. This is a person who likes to hear compliments. And when I say admired, they like to feel loved. They like to feel pampered. And they like compliments in general. All right. So yeah, like their love language could be, what is it, words of affirmation, you know, like they really like to hear how great they are, how beautiful they are, and all that stuff. So yes, this person could definitely be creative for many of you. I see that this person could be doing something they love for a living, because you have the 5th house, which is the house of love and creativity. It's Leo energy, and this person has hefty amounts of sun here. You know, so their basic energy actually is more like sun energy, which is interesting because you had the moon here. So to me, the moon here in the tarot cards is probably more of an indication of this person's past. I think this person hasn't had an easy past. I don't think so. It could be also that the relationship with the mother was strained, or somehow the mother figure is really important. But I also think this person themselves, because you do have the moon here as an energy, ruling Rohini, for instance. So I think this person has a imaginative, tender side, and they can be very nurturing as well. This person also likes to guide others. They could be like a teacher. They have very good intellectual abilities. You see this with the Mrigashira. You see this with the 5th house as well, because 5th house is also the house of intellect. You see this with the 8th house. This person could be working in research. They really like research. They like to get to the bottom of things, you know. So again, for some of you, this person could be very interested in psychologies. They could be a psychotherapist. They could be working in higher management for some of you. They could be working in building administration for some of you. They could be working in any kind of hierarchical structure. So this could even be in an organized religion. They could be, yeah, or any kind of corporation, because any corporation is a hierarchical structure. This person, yeah, likes to, I think, again, for many of you, this is someone who has a high social media following, or that maybe they have a YouTube channel, or maybe they're teaching online, or because the 11th house and the star and all of this Rahu energy is suggesting someone who is using technology to spread a message to wide audiences. You know, this is the message here. So again, that could be, take it how it resonates. You know, it could be different things for different people. This person could even be working in something like filmmaking or photography. They really like the technological field and how they can use that for the sake of art. And yeah, some of them could be singers even, because you have that Purva Falguni energy. By the way, this person is very likely to be good looking, like traditionally good looking. For you, more than the other two piles, really, because you have Swati Nakshatra, you have Rohini Nakshatra. By the way, this person can have particularly beautiful eyes. Something about their eyes is very pretty. They could also have very nice lips, full lips, you know, nice skin. And let me think. They could really like animals as well. Animals could be drawn to them. Yeah, I'm seeing like this person really is in some kind of a position of a teacher, a guide for many of you, or somehow they're just connecting to large audiences. Or they could be working in just, you know, in hierarchical structures, like in a corporate environment, and they're responsible for a lot of people, or they have to deal with a lot of people on a regular basis. For some of you, they could be working for the government. And I also see that this person could be coming from a foreign culture, foreign land. There could be something unusual about this person. Maybe the way that they present themselves. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them have used plastic surgery, or maybe they have tattoos. Maybe they have something about their appearance could suggest something of an ethnic background. Maybe not necessarily their own ethnic background. you know, because Rahu is very much about cultural appropriation as well. So, like, I don't know, maybe they're wearing a tattoo that means something important in a certain culture, right? They could be borrowing cultural elements from other cultures that are not their own. That could be something in the way that they present themselves. There could be also just something very unconventional, unorthodox about them. This is definitely not like the other piles, you know. This is alright, maybe like a little bit like the second one, but mostly this person is very very much a free spirit. You know, this is someone who has a strong personality, definitely. And I see that this person likes to be in the limelight, because you have the sun, you have the first house twice, you have the fifth house. This is someone who likes to have eyes on them. They like to get attention. They can easily gain attention. You know, they can be really attractive as well, and I think they are pretty aware of the fact that they're attractive. And I think they also look very youthful. And speaking of youthful, for some of you, there could be a significant age difference here. And I think for you, it's more likely that this person is younger. Or if they're not younger, they just have a very youthful spirit. You know, they have an energy about them that is kind of like a Peter Pan sort of trickster energy. Like, they can like to make pranks, they like to joke around, but it doesn't mean like they're totally not serious or something. They just have that kind of a youthful energy, you know? And yeah, they really like to communicate. Communication is very important to this person. You could also meet this person online. I don't know if I mentioned this. You could definitely meet this person online, because you have Mercury, you have third house, you have fifth house. For some of you, you could meet this person through your network circle, through your acquaintances, your siblings, through traveling to foreign lands, especially very far away lands, especially lands where there's a foreign language being spoken. You could also meet this person at anything to do with improving the physical body, like the gym. Yeah, the gym, or anything to do with, I don't know, taking care of like the sauna, the tanning salon, anything where you take care of the physical body, or clinic. You know, you could meet this person while engaging in anything that is a hobby, stuff that you just do for fun. You could also meet this person at a restaurant, through any dealings to do with anything to do with real estate or vehicles. Or through places of worship or places of isolation. So that could include things like ashrams, churches. You could also meet them through their family of origin, or through something to do with banking. Not just banking, but yeah, things like investments, banking, money management stuff, or any circumstances that have to do with transformation or even death, actually. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 3. I was thinking if I can think of anything. No, that's pretty much it, yeah. So this is what I can have for you, what I can say for you, pile number 3, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It will only take a second and it's free. And click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And if you want to get a personal consultation, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. You can email me for a pricing list, reading options, and even sample readings if you're interested. And you can also check the video description for reviews that I have gotten from former clients that have gotten personal readings from me. If you're curious, again, to hear them, to see them, check out the video description. And also please comment in the comment section with anything you would like to share, any feedback you would like to give, what resonated, what didn't resonate. It's all very important for me to improve my readings. And also, if you have suggestions for future topics that you would like me to cover on my channel, please leave them in the video description. I will, sorry, in the comment section, I will take them into account for future videos. All right, so, and last but not least, I do have an astrology channel, and I will be leaving it in the video description, as well as in the pinned comment. So if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Welcome, pile number 4. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with number 19 and the journey, and or this aquamarine crystal. So this is going to be the card selection / shuffling phase. I'm going to be taking my time. So you can add, I'm going to add timestamps and you can skip directly to the reading because I will be taking my time. Spirit, please tell me about pile number 4, the people who chose the aquamarine crystal. Who is their soulmate? Who is their main romantic soulmate, Spirit? Who's pile number, okay, this one. Spirit, who is pile number 4's next romantic soulmate? Okay. I mean, main romantic soulmate, but Spirit knows what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. We have Grace. Interesting. We have Choice, okay. And we have Moose, Wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. All right. And Humpback Whale, Singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Interesting. Maybe this person is a singer. We'll see what the rest of the cards have to say. Okay, so we have this oracle card, 19, for which I will be reading the description from the book. Love of adventure, curiosity, appreciation. A young girl gently rides a deer. Both the girl and the deer are having fun on their adventure. They are playful and curious. Sometimes we get so caught up in the destination, we forget to appreciate the journey. But if we neglect the little things on our path, like soft grass under our feet or the unconditional love of an animal, we are missing out on precious moments. A new friend or acquaintance with a different point of view can help us see things we may have overlooked. Interesting. It's also interesting to me that you have this card with deer and gentleness, and you have this card with grace here. So yeah, already I'm getting some energies here. Also, number 19, that's 1 + 9, that's a 10. So this is a number 1 numerologically, which is ruled by the sun. So I think this person is a creative for many of you, because yeah, I'm already getting this message, because we have, you know, maybe dancing here, we have art, enjoying the moment, we have this card with singer, so this could be a thing, but I'm going to see what the cards have to say, the tarot cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 4, the people who chose the aquamarine crystal. Who is their soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 4's soulmate? Who's pile number 4's soulmate, Spirit? Okay. One more. Who's pile number 4's soulmate, Spirit? This one. Alright, so I'm gonna have to make space again. Okay. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. Ooh, the King of Pentacles. The Fool. Come on. Queen of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Oh, confirmation already. I was gonna say that this card speaks of differences, so I was already gonna say like maybe this is someone from a different culture, but we kind of have a confirmation again with the Three of Wands, like somehow this is a person who might be coming from a foreign place. Okay, more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile oh, they're upside down. Okay. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4? The people who chose the aquamarine crystal. Who is this person's main romantic soulmate? Who is this person's main romantic soulmate, Spirit? Who is pile number 4's main romantic soulmate? Let's see. Who is pile number 4's main romantic soulmate? The Empress, the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. All right, so this is a person who has a lot of pentacles, a lot of earth energy. So this could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially with the 10 of Pentacles showing up here. I think for most of you, this is a person who's quite mature. Irrespective of what their age is, this is someone who has a lot of emotional maturity, a lot of emotional intelligence. They're very good at reading people. They are someone who has reached a level of understanding through suffering, through a lot of their own hardships emotionally. They have a very high level of empathy and understanding of others. They're also really financially savvy, and they're very good at managing their finances. This is a person who's quite frugal. So I'm not getting that this is a person who's cheap, you know, but they don't like unnecessary spendings, and they're probably very careful about how they manage their finances, you know. With respect to their profession, they could actually be working in a profession that has to do with managing money directly or with finances. For some of you, this could be a person that you have known maybe since childhood or since you were younger. Or again, it could be past lives. I'm getting strong Venus energy with this person. Maybe Moon as well. But I'm getting a pretty strong feminine energy here. So I think overall this person has balanced energies between male and female, but I am getting a particularly harmonious feminine side. Like this person is really nurturing. They are good at taking care of others. They could be a healer as well for some of you. They could be in any kind of healing profession, maybe in the medical field. This is a person who has to learn, or at some point in their lives, they have learned that overanalyzing, that overly relying on money and rationality keeps them stuck. So they learn to rely on their intuition the hard way. Maybe for a large portion of their lives, they have listened to other people's expectations a lot, and because of that, they kept running into all kinds of sufferings. Like maybe they got into a career that they weren't happy in, got maybe even into relationships that they weren't happy in just because they cared about what their family thought or what society thought. And so they learn the hard way that they need to follow their intuition because otherwise they will suffer. I see that this person has a pretty sensitive side, you know. This is a person, like I said, who has a lot of emotional wisdom, emotional intelligence. And I think this is someone who can be a very good partner, definitely. Someone who is supportive and loving and understanding. This is definitely someone who at some point in their lives will break away from their upbringing, from their background, and pursue their own thing, like their heart's desire. This is why I'm thinking for some of you, this could be someone who's artistic, and maybe they will pursue some kind of an artistic career at some point. In any case, whether they are going to pursue an artistic career or not, there's someone who might have some unconventional interests, and at some point they will decide to really follow these interests. They love to travel, and like I said, they could be coming from a foreign culture, or foreign culture, different ethnicity, or somehow there's just a difference in background. Maybe they just come from a different side of the same country. But there is some kind of significant difference in background between the two of you. Maybe it could be like a class difference. Wow, yeah. This person has a lot of I think this person doesn't have a great relationship with their family of origin, honestly. I think this is a person who has gone through a lot of crap with their family. Like, they have suffered because of them. The family was maybe not particularly understanding of this person and their particular talents and interests. This could be someone who has, you know, a lot of Saturn energy on their moon and sun on the 5th house. You yourself maybe could have Saturn connected to the signifiers of the partner in your horoscope. This could definitely be someone who is a teacher, or they are very good at any kind of position where they are healing others, where they are communicating with others, even with children. They like to help other people, so they are service oriented. This is someone who could again, this is really specific, but for some of you, this could be a person who is literally a refugee, or they could be someone who in any case has moved away from their place of origin. I definitely think this person could have gone through a phase of workaholism, you know, and really given, like, yes, given all of their energy to their career, and at some point they decide that actually what they really want is to enjoy life and they want to take it easier. So I think they will reach a point where, again, they could decide to live a more simple life, maybe a more frugal life, but at least have more time to focus on the things that make them happy. This is someone who's definitely romantic and creative. They could be, for some of you, again, very specifically, they could be like a digital nomad or a writer, you know, someone who travels a lot for their profession. I am getting that there's someone who is quite generous, so they could be someone who, you know, their love language is gift giving. That's another thing. Like, they really like to spoil the people that they like, they love. Overall, with respect to their energies, I'm predominantly getting earth and air. There could be other things, but little bits of other things. Like predominantly, this is an earth dominant energy. And air dominant energy as well. This person could have placements in Aquarius. Like I said, Aquarius, maybe to some extent also Libra, Gemini, and Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Though I think these are the prominent energies that I'm getting here. This person could be living by the sea, or they could really enjoy water and everything to do with the sea, especially water in general, but the sea especially. So for some of you, this could be placements in Purvashada or Uttarashada. No, sorry, not Uttarashada. Uttarabhadrapada, maybe. Again, for those of you who don't know, these are nakshatras or lunar mansions, and they are a thing in Vedic astrology. They're kind of like zodiac signs. This is definitely a person who is very romantic, who really likes to express themselves romantically, artistically. And this is definitely someone who cares about others and wants to be useful to others, you know. They're generous when they are in love. But they also are seeking someone to share the journey with, you know? As in, enjoy the moment, enjoy the time they have together with their partner. I'm definitely getting that this is going to be the main theme of their lives. So, like I said, they could go through a phase when they're more workaholic, but eventually they will reach that stage where they really want to dedicate themselves to, you know, what makes them happy. And this could be creative activities. With respect to relationships, it's finding someone who is compatible, that they can travel with, that they can build a family with, and have that, you know, mutual understanding and respect. This person could also really like nature in general. Like maybe they like hiking and fishing and anything to do with nature. But I'm definitely getting especially water, bodies of water. They could be living near water, like I said. So pretty much this is what I can get from the cards, okay? Let me see what I can get from the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 4, the people who chose the aquamarine? Who is their main romantic soulmate? Who is their main romantic soulmate? Spirit, who is pile number 4's main romantic soulmate? Spirit. Actually, this one wants to come out. Let's see. Let me get more. Okay, that's enough, I think. Okay, I'm really getting it one more time. Spirit, who is pile number 4's main romantic soulmate? Okay, that's enough. So let's see what we have here. Oh, come on, come on. First house, interesting. Okay, first house, that's physical body, that's assertiveness. 5th house, okay, not surprised, that's creativity, that's Leo energy. And romance. 12th house, this could be confirmation that this person is coming from a faraway land. 11th house, this person could be popular, they could have a wide circle of friends, or they are reaching out to a wide audience. 10th house, this is a confirmation of the 10 of Pentacles. This person is very career focused, or at least there will be for a time of their lives. And we have the 3rd house. Okay, this person could be self-employed. Cancer. Venus. Oh my God. Strong confirmation, because I did say this person has a strong Venus energy. Cancer is moon. Pisces, okay, water energy. All right, I was not expecting this much water, but okay. Mars energy. Sagittarius. All right, so this is again traveling, foreign cultures. Virgo. All right, so here we have some Earth. And Taurus. All right, so we do have some hefty Earth energy. Let's see the nakshatras. What? Oh, come on. Oh, Bharani. Okay, Bharani with which falls in Aries, and it's ruled by Venus. All right. So here we have more Venus confirmation. Kritika, which is ruled by the Sun. Well, you do have this card with the number 1, which is ruled by the Sun, so I'm not surprised that there's some Sun energy. Oh my God, the second Purva Falguni, the second nakshatra ruled by Venus. All right, so definitely strong Venus here. Anuradha, which is ruled by Saturn and falls as Scorpio. Jyeshta, which also falls as Scorpio. Purva Bhadrapada, all right. Uttara Ashadha, which is ruled by the Sun. I don't know where to put them anymore. And Purvashada. Oh my God. You have all of the 3 nakshatras that are ruled by Venus. So very strong. And you also have Venus here as a planet. So definitely very Venusian energy, like I said initially. So I will issue this as a disclaimer as usual, that bear in mind this is being read for a lot of people. So it's unlikely that you're going to have all of the energies that have shown up here, but it's probably going to be a mix and match of different energies. So I'm going to try to look at all the different combinations that I see here and what these could mean with respect to your person's overall makeup, psychologically, interest, career, all that. So we have first house. This person could really care about their fitness. So this could also just show that they are a strong personality. They're someone who easily stands out in a crowd. Somehow they could be making a living through their persona. So their appearance, their physical body is important. So this could be anything from, I don't know, physical instructor, like fitness instructor, I mean, to someone who maybe has a social media following and they show their face on camera. You know, somehow their persona is important, like people recognize them, you know. So they could also be quite popular. I don't know about famous exactly, but they could be quite distinguished, you know, recognizable. They could be someone who's maybe a teacher. They are, you know, potentially reaching out to large audiences. They are very likely to do something they love for a living. Again, like I said initially, maybe not from the beginning, but at some point in their lives, they will be doing something that they really love for a living, something they're really passionate about. Because you have the 5th house there. This person could also work with children. They could be a teacher. They could be really into spirituality. They like to work in isolation, I think. Most of them, they're not great at working in partnership or with you know, they're not exactly a team player. I think for most of you, this is a person who works alone somehow. They could be a writer. They could be actually, I don't know if they are going to be into conventional medicine, but I'm definitely getting very strong healing vibes here. Because I would have wanted to see maybe the 6th house here. So I'm not seeing the 6th house. Doesn't mean that they're not working in the medical field, but it's not that likely for most of you. I think if this person is a healer, they could be some kind of an unconventional healer. Maybe a psychotherapist, because you don't have to go through medical school to be a psychotherapist. Or some kind of a physical therapist, you know. They're somehow helping people feel better. Heal. Of course, they could be working with energies. They could be into Reiki or something. This person is really spiritual. I'm not surprised because you have the Knight of Cups here. And you do have some water energy, right? You have Cancer, you have Pisces. And again, Pisces in the 12th house to me makes me think of the sea, especially the ocean, actually. So again, to me, this is a confirmation that for some of you, this person maybe is living by the sea. This person is quite assertive and they care about the physical body. I also think this person is very passionate, very romantic. And I definitely see confirmations that for some of you, this person is very artistic. And whether they're working in the arts when you meet them or not, that's a different issue. And that's probably more to do with the individual person who's watching this reading. But I definitely see a lot of very creative energy. I also see someone who's a free spirit. You know, Purva Bhadrapada, for instance, it's kind of like it's a nakshatra that actually confirms a lot of what I've said. Like, this person could have had a really rough life. Like, they could have gone through a lot of tough patches. You know, multiple nakshatras suggest this, like Purva Bhadrapada, Jyeshta, Anuradha, Kritika to some extent as well, Bharani as well. They could have had a difficult upbringing, family environment, maybe not a lot of emotional support. Maybe they could have gone through a lot of very difficult situations, maybe bullied as a child. And that gives them a lot of like wisdom, a lot of inner strength, a lot of an ability to deal with others and to read other people very well. I think for most of you, this person is someone who is quite blunt, you know, honest. This is not a person who likes to beat around the bush. They could definitely be directly involved with some kind of a spiritual pursuit. So maybe they're like a preacher, a spiritual guide, a yoga teacher, for instance, could be a good option. Because I'm seeing multiple indicators that this person is very spiritual, you know, or another option is they could be working, like I said repeatedly, that they could be working in a creative field. For some of you, this person could be a writer, a blogger, a vlogger. The 11th house shows that they could, you know, be reaching out to large audiences. And 10th house shows that this is someone who has reached, or at least will reach, some level of recognition, a decent level of recognition in this lifetime. Someone who has like a respectable position. It also shows someone who is going to have like a slow, steady climb, you know, as opposed to someone who just struck, you know, struck gold or something and they have, you know, a lot of luck and they just get a lot of money, I don't know, by winning the lottery, right? So this shows the person who really has to grind and really has to apply themselves repeatedly and discipline themselves in order to achieve what they want. And here we have the Anuradha, which to me is like the nakshatra that is the most workaholic, and I've seen this in a lot of people's charts. This is why I said I think this person at some point is going to go through a workaholic phase, and until they figure out what they want to do, like, or they finally decide that, you know what, I want to choose my heart's desire over climbing the corporate ladder or impressing my family or my community, you know. This person could definitely be a singer for many of you, because or somehow they're very much in love with music. Maybe they're not going to be a singer, because you have so much Venus energy, and Venus is connected to the 2nd house, which is the voice. I think this person is also just someone who loves comfort and likes the finer things in life. They could also be very good looking, definitely, with all this Venus energy. And I think irrespective of their gender, this is someone who could have a bit of feminine qualities. I mean, this is a confirmation with the Empress energy as well. The Empress card is also a card that suggests beauty, physical beauty. But here you have like multiple confirmations. This is someone who is very attractive. And I think for some of you, this could be someone who has a bit of a dark side as well, because you have Scorpio energy and you have Purva Bhadrapada and Bharani as well, by the way. I mentioned this again, like Bharani is a nakshatra that tends to give a kind of melancholic look. You know, they could have eyes that are a bit, how should I put it? You know those kinds of eyes that are a bit downward, sloping towards the outer corner of the eyes. You know, they have this kind of a bit of a worried or sad look. It almost looks like they're permanently sad, or they have like a brooding sort of energy. I mentioned this again, for instance, what's his name? Pablo. What's his name? Oh God, I keep forgetting his name. Pablo Pascal, I think. Or no, Pedro Pascal, not Pablo. Yeah, Pedro Pascal has some strong Barney energy, and he has that kind of a look that I'm talking about. There are a bunch of people who have like Barney. I'm pretty sure Antonio Banderas also has Moon in Barney. Let me think. I think Jordan Peterson has Ascendant in Barney as well. So there's kind of like this aura of gravity about them, like heaviness, emotional heaviness, like they're carrying some kind of a heavy burden. But also Barney is very psychic. For some of you, this person could definitely be like a psychotherapist, because Barney is very much connected to that. And yeah, so with the healing professions here, that could be a thing for some of you. And this is also a bit of a psychic energy, because it's connected to death as well. So for some of you, yeah, this person could definitely be psychic or very spiritual. Or they could be really interested in, yeah, maybe even part of an organized religion, you know? But they're really concerned with things like the big philosophical questions, especially with Sagittarius showing up as well. Speaking of Sagittarius, I think this person, again, there are some confirmations that this person could be from a different background. Or I would say actually it's not so strong that this person is from a different background. But what is strong is that they could be traveling a lot, or they could be coming from a foreign land. So maybe they're, I don't know, maybe you have similar backgrounds culturally, but they're coming from a different place. That's more likely. For some of you, it could actually be that they are, you know, a different culture, a different religion. But I'm not seeing that as strongly, you know. Again, Purva Ashata showing up is a confirmation of what I said, that this person could really love water and marine stuff. Like maybe, again, they could be living close to the sea for some of you. This person, irrespective of their gender, could have traditionally good-looking features. They could have full lips, nice skin, nice hair, pretty eyes. There's a lot of sensuality in their energy. Venus also is an energy that has to do with hedonism, that has to do with, you know, everything that can be enjoyed through the five senses. So this could be someone who really wants to carpe diem, you know, wants to enjoy life. With Kritika, some of them could be cooks, or irrespective, actually, they could be interested in cooking, irrespective of whether that's their career or not. They could be really good at cooking. They could be interested also in weapons. For some of you, with Purva Ashata and Kritika especially, they could be interested in weapons. Maybe they're collecting weapons. For some of you, they could be working for the government, for the state. Maybe military as well, because you also have Mars. And they could be also interested in things like combat, or, you know, martial arts, anything that has to do with one-on-one combat. I also think this person is just solid, really stable, mostly. This person is also very protective and very passionate as well, very romantic. They could also be a bit moody, though. And also be careful, because with Bharani, and I said this in a video that I did a video on my astrology channel called The Nakshatras of Venus, where I talked more in depth about each of these Venus-ruled nakshatras. And I mentioned that Bharani is very known for holding on to grudges. So this is a person who has a very strong memory, let me put it like that, and they remember. Like, if you piss them off, they will remember, or they remember their enemies, let me put it like that. And also Bharani, despite being a feminine energy, it's ruled by the elephant. So there's a kind of inertia to it. There's a lot of strength to it. So this person can be very independent. Oh my God, like very, very independent. Very much a free spirit, actually, because you have the Purva Bhadrapada, the Bharani. Also, Jyeshta is showing that they could be like the eldest sibling, or they could be the one in their family that is the most successful. It also shows that this person, like I said, actually, initially, I think, I'm pretty sure I did say it, or if I didn't, I was meaning to say it. I meant to say it, that this person could be self-made, you know. This is someone who has, yeah, I did say that this person is likely to build their fortune over time through a lot of grinding and a lot of, you know, effort. They have to have a lot of resilience. So, and I definitely see this with the Scorpio energy as well. Strong sun energy as well. Yeah, like I said. Venus and Sun. Oh my God. This person is super creative. They could also have wavy hair for some of you. And they could really like to work with their hands. Or something about their hands is going to be particularly attractive. They also have strong analytical skills. It's really interesting. This person has a nice blend between intuition and reasoning. Yeah, and they definitely have a nurturing side. You know, you could have moon as Darakaraka maybe, or you have the moon influencing. Maybe you have the moon in the 7th house. Because this person is someone who has strong, like I said, very strong feminine energy, irrespective of their gender. And it doesn't mean that they're going to look feminine on the surface necessarily, but they are someone with this very strong nurturing energy, with a healing energy, you know. They like to help others, and I mean, you're pretty lucky, pile number 4. I mean, because like this person looks like someone who really likes to pamper people, especially the ones who are closest to them. You could, with respect to how you could meet this person, again, you could meet them by the sea, you could meet them while traveling, especially a short trip, and especially, I mean, you could meet them through traveling for leisure or traveling for work. You could also meet them through your work environment or through someone from work, your work network. You could meet them through friends and siblings. You could meet them, actually, you could also meet them through long distance or long-term travels, you know, especially traveling to different continents. You could also meet this person through any kind of spiritual activity, like, let's say, going to church or going to a spiritual retreat, a course on meditation or Reiki, anything connected to spirituality, just to give you some examples. You could also meet this person while pursuing education, particularly college education, up until master's degree, maybe including master's degree. You could meet this person close to your home base, or like at least in your country of origin. And you could also meet this person while working on your physical body. Again, you could meet at the gym or through any kind of activity where you are working on your fitness or your physical body. You could also somehow meet this person through learning about finances, or through children, or through teaching. If you are anything to do with learning, teaching, stuff like that could be a thing. And of course, you could also meet this person online for many of you. You could meet them through a dating app or any kind of social media, I guess, any kind of environment online, actually. I mean, especially since nowadays many people work from home. You could meet at work, but it could be online, for instance. All right, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 4, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It will only take a second and it's free. And hit the notifications bell if you want to see when I post a new video. And also, if you are interested in getting a private tarot reading, you can email me at the email address in the video description. I can send you a pricing list and reading options. I can also send you some sample readings if you're curious. I will also leave a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private tarot readings before. If you're curious to find out more about them, you can go ahead and check it out. Also, please comment in the comment section with anything that you liked or didn't like about this reading, any feedback you would like to give. It's really important for me to improve my readings. And yes, also if you have any suggestions for future topics that you would like me to cover in videos, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. I will take them into account. Thank you very much. And also, last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. So if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!